underway here between Eternal Fire and Aura. Went to go live a moment ago, but we had a slight mishap there. Aura did indeed take the B side on pistol there. Eternal Fire actually going for the Force Buy here. 357's Desert Eagles, a scout in the hands of the All-Star Woxic. Aura allowing some time off the clock here. They've still got the bomb down behind T-Ramp. They are spread out a bit. It looked like they wanted to lean into the B side after a potential pick there, but Xantares is far enough back in cross where he has not been spotted yet. Zen now leading the terrace towards the A side. It looks like this will be an A commit. The C4 heading towards A as well. Aura looking to take control of Arch and Library potentially here. Zen leading the way, does do a significant amount of damage onto Emor, but not able to complete the kill. EF still has a chance at this one, still sitting at the one-man advantage defensively, but Zen evening things out to a 4-on-4. Woxic from backside, able to get one with the scout, but a pair of trades going out directly after that. Bobex able to clear the site with his Galil as well. That's going to leave only Xantares and Calyx with upgraded pistols here. Not a whole lot that they can do. Or I might be speaking too soon. They can get Zen here on the peak, but easier said than done. Zen able to finish off Calyx there at card. Xantares, the only man remaining, does get two, brings it to a 1v1. Not a lot of time remaining. Franson hiding behind default, and Xantares not going to have enough time to defuse this one, but he did keep it interesting there.
Terrorists win.
EF not with a lot of cash to work with here. Xantares was able to save the Galil, but outside of that, not too much that EF has to work with here. Emor all the way pushed up on Boiler. Steers, he's gonna make contact there and hauls, but Franson able to take care of him with the AK-47. Hype able to clear out default area of the A site, and EF again not left with many options late in the round. Zen gonna finish off Woxic there at mid cubby. Xantares gonna be looking to save this rifle once more. Calyx likely gonna just try to hang on to that Desert Eagle. Will officially defuse, and Aura now leading 3-0. And in a best of one, this is a bit of a concerning start for EF. Let's see if they bounce back here on the full buy. Woxic does have the AWP in hand now. Emor being dropped that Galil. 3 silenced M4s round out the lineup here for EF. Aura looking for some contact at Banana early, but Zentaris again playing a bit passively back in cross there. Issa making contact, and A Halls already finds Franson pushing through window. Issa gonna fall back from Boiler towards quad and actually all the way back through lane towards site here. This round is really kind of a must-win for EF to get some momentum going. Zentaris whipping out the P2000. Things kind of got a bit sketchy there at the end of Banana as Bobex is finally finished off by Zentaris, but not before tagging him down to 22 HP. Hype still trying to lead the way into the B site for Aura. Contact about to be made. Hype is able to clear out Zentaris at cross. Calyx and Emor there for the immediate trades through the smoke grenade. Shine still looking to get the C4 down, but he won't be able to. Emor with a nice toss there towards Coffin, and Eternal Fire does indeed have their first round on board. Keeping an eye on Banana early, being a bit more aggressive with his peaks now. That's Hype down right behind Firewood. Franson continuing to lead the way up middle for Aura. Is able to take out Emor. Woxic there on the trade from our side. Woxic looking for more in the side. Does take out Zen on the other side of default, but Bobex coming up huge there. Able to take out both Issa and Woxic. Their site clear. Bomb will be planted by Shine. Zentaris looking to advance from Cubby. Nice positioning from Cubby. Connects on the AK-47 headshot. Shine down, 2v1 situation. Bobex in Graveyard brings it to a 1v1. Nice peek onto Calyx from Graveyard stairs. Zentaris thinks he's still up Graveyard. Now he's checking his right-hand side next to the smoke. Nice intuition there from Zentaris. He'll pick up that AWP, get the easy defuse, and Eternal Fire now only trailing by a single round here on Inferno. Aura heading into ult early here. Issa getting aggressive as well in A Halls. Looking to peek window. Zentaris and Woxic making the initial peeks actually at both A and B. Able to connect on those early picks. It's only Hype and Shine remaining now for Aura. They do have a minute 16 to work with, but only each with a Desert Eagle and hand. Calyx getting aggressive at Banana is going to find 2 headshots with the silenced M4, and we're all tied up at 3 apiece. EF starting to look solid here. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going defensively. There's quite a few other good teams playing in this IEM Open qualifier right now. Double Pony, MIBR, Stade. Let's see, quite a few other ones. FPX, Mad Lions, Wingbeat Vikings, LDLC. As we're saying this, Aura continuing to make their way onto the A side. Zentaris looking for some redemption from Boiler, does find one. Immediately traded back by Bobex, but Issa taking Zentaris' position in Boiler does trade back with the A1S. Issa extinguishing that molly as he makes his way towards quad. Able to kill off Hype with the A1S, brings it to a 2v1. All up to Zen here for the terrorist side. Calyx ultimately able to finish off Zen there at quad, and Eternal Fire has their first official lead of the match here. Let's just have another look at the bracket here on my other monitor. This is quite the tournament, as mentioned. Sinners and Finest, Dignitas in the mix as well that I didn't even mention earlier, K23. Even though K23 lost a couple players, including a Dren, who was actually kind of one of my overseas favorites to keep an eye on. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. Unless he's already signed with someone and I don't know about that. I'll have to check in on that again later. Saw and Gamer Legion still playing as well. And Fnatic, of course. So there's some competition out there, even if Eternal Fire does get past this BO1 on Inferno. More looking for the stop here at Graveyard into A Halls. Aura now committing, dropping into the A side. Bobex with a nice toss towards backside with the nade, able to get a headshot onto Emor as well with the Deagle hype. Keeping the Deagle hype going, if you will, as he advances towards Library to get a third pick. And EF only left with Centaurus and Calyx. A1S's each in hand, but they're already falling back to the B side to save these rifles, as they should. No need to go for this one, although Bobex was pretty tagged up. They probably would have had a decent shot at things, but alas, they'll live to die another day. But EF has to be careful how many rounds they give up in the first half here. You don't want to be in a comeback situation in a best of one. The pressure of every round already that much higher, just the fact that this is a BO1. Eternal Fire still on a full buy here. Woxic, AWP in hand. Emor tagged early. At Banana, he's going to fall back. That may have been a spam shot with hype. Utilizing that AWP early. Franson leading the way out balcony. Aura already making their way to the A side once more. And that aggression paying off. Woxic and Issa down. Zen looking for more. And he finds it just across from Cubby there. Nice little headshot onto Emor with the A1S. And once again, it's the two B players left to save the Bs. Antares and Calyx. Shine tossing that AWP over the wall, but regardless, EF not making their way towards A, so he's not going to have too much to worry about here unless he initiates contact, which looks like Zen might. Zen thinking about making contact here at Banana, but looks like he'll hold off for now. Centaurus and Calyx most likely going to be able to save these rifles now. Terrorists win. Looks like timeout has been taken here, potentially by EF. They're really not in a good financial situation this round. Centaurus and Calyx were able to save those silenced M4s, but the rest of their teammates really not going to have much to work with here. Most of the EF boys with 2,500 and under this round. So Issa and Woxic gonna have to settle for Desert Eagles. Emor gonna be on the full save with the USP here. See if EF can figure out a way to claw out this round. Hype still gonna be on the AWP offensively here. So EF gonna have to be careful about making any early aggressive peaks. They're not doing that yet. Looks like Calyx is still boosted up Flower Pot at the B site. Zen looking for enemies at mid, continuing to make his way up middle, and EF does not fully realize that yet. Woxic was right near him at Arch, and surely Zen heard Woxic falling back. Zen following up on his intuition, rotating through CT spawn. This could be disastrous for EF. Zen able to get Issa coming out of library, so that call is going to be made defensively, and it comes in just in time. Woxic able to hit the Deagle headshot from just underneath Flower Pot. Hype now rotating back to the A side with his teammates. They're choosing to go lane. Xantares still there, Arch side of mid with the silence before takes out Hype and Franson. But two immediate offensive trades going out onto their teammates there. Shine able to find one more as he falls back through lane into Halls via Boiler. Calyx is not faking! He's not faking, and the bomb will be defused. Shine too late on the peak from A Halls. Oh boy. Oh boy. So Eternal Fire does claw that one out with minimal weaponry. They're now fully gunned up. Woxic with the AWP in hand as seen. Things all tied up at 5 apiece. Hype again leading his team up middle, able to find Emor there near Cubby. Woxic able to get at least one defensive stop there at A, but Zen leading his team back alley, rotating towards B now. Aura still with the one-man advantage here. Shine still has that C4 in hand, 45 seconds on the clock. Aura making their way towards Coffin. They know Calyx is back in construction here. They will be able to get the bomb down without any further contest there from construction. So EF gonna have to retake 3-on-3 here if they decide to go for it. Calyx making that rotation from construction, finds Franson right by Coffin, rotates over to Dark Corner to kill Zen. And those trades that went out immediately before that put all the Aura players to death. The defuse will be made, and Eternal Fire once again in the lead by a single round. Zen continuing to make his way up middle, but Woxic getting aggressive there at A Halls does find Franson. His teammate Issa falling at mid. Emor does get the trade just a couple seconds later there at top mid. One-man advantage for EF. Aura looking to commit to the B site. Utility being thrown here into B. It is a full commit. Zentaris holding things down from first barrel. Calyx right behind him. Boosted second barrel does find Shine. Emor backing him up from cross with another A1S headshot and Eternal Fire. Now leading by 2 rounds here in this BO1. Woxic still on the AWP. Aura is on a full rifle buy here. Although Franson and Bobex did have to settle for Galil's contact. About to be made at middle. Emor making the peek from Cubby. Top mid gets 2. Woxic backing him up there from Orange. AWP able to kill high. Pair of trades going out, but it's only Shine remaining here after his trade is made into sight. Or past sight, excuse me. Shine, 1v3 situation, makes his way into Graveyard. AK-47 in hand, 95 HP to work with. Shine hears the footsteps, takes out Zentaris, 1v2, but he's getting shot from both lane and opposite of Cubby there. Just too many angles to deal with in the end. An Eternal Fire increasing their lead to 3 rounds here on Inferno. Calyx rotating off Coffin there at B. Does hit that initial headshot onto Bobex. 2 rounds left in the half here. It would be ideal if Aura could at least get one of these, but EF has been looking pretty strong the past 6 or 7 rounds here. See if Aura has some innovation to put into play here despite going into this next commit at a one-man disadvantage. Aura with 35 seconds on the clock making their way up mid. This looks like it is going to be an A commit. Zen flashing out Halls. He's got Issa right here on balcony railing to deal with. Zen on the initial peek. Tosses a nade into pit. Issa right there to fire back with the headshot. Woxic from behind default boxes does take out 2 with the AWP. It's only Hype remaining, but he's going to get 2 AK headshots of his own there from lane. Ultimately traded back by Emor, and we go into the final round of the first half with Eternal Fire leading 9-5. Weapon switching going down at Banana here. Hype now with the AWP in hand. Aura has let quite a bit of time off the clock, but Bobex now officially leading the T side into the B side. Able to take out Zentaris there between barrels. Calyx did get one from backside. Make that two. Calyx still alive with full HP, back of sight, looking for more. About to make contact with Zen. Hits the A1S headshot. That's 3 for Calyx. Make that 4. Potential ace inbound here for Calyx. Hype continuing to make his way into the site. Does find Issa at crosshair, but Calyx, after switching out to the AK-47, will indeed get the 5th and final kill. Nice ace there from Calyx to finish off the half. An Eternal Fire, after dropping the first 3 rounds and then tying back and forth a few times, has increased that lead to 5 rounds now. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for the second half. Alright, we are officially underway for the second half for Eternal Fire and Aura. Aura getting aggressive here at middle. Hype leading the way once more. Little 4-1 split here. Shine still coming down Banana defensively. Yeah, has this information now, making their way up A hall. Zentaris on the way. Does take out Bobex in middle. Issa leading the way into the A side. Does land the headshot onto Zen. Walks it good for one more as well. Shine does get a trade there as he rotates through Arch. But Shine gonna be smoked off by Cubby now. It's just him and Hype remaining here to try to retake. Hype with a nice little USP headshot there in A hall. It's gonna bunny hop his way towards a balcony after hitting that headshot onto Zentaris. Shine continuing to make his way into the site. Issa gonna take out his teammate. Shine still going after hitting a headshot onto Graveyard there, but ultimately traded out by Emor. Eternal Fire now leading by 6. Aura on a full save here with 5 USPs. Eternal Fire opting for 4 MAC-10s. Only Emor on the AK-47 here. Aura stacked here top mid, 4 left-hand side. Zen at quad. Zentaris the first out there with his MAC-10, able to get 1. Woxic and Emor backing him up for 2 more. And everyone on EF essentially doing their part. Eternal Fire now leading by 7. Getting ever closer to potentially closing out this BO1 and advancing in this IEM Open qualifier. Quite a few good teams playing. As I mentioned earlier, we'll probably hop into another match here as soon as this one ends. Still quite a few going on. Xantares and the boys continuing to make their way up mid with the C4. Woxic already making his way towards Cub. He checks it with the MAC-10, hits the headshot onto Hype. Emor immediately backing him up to take out Franson there, just outside of Library. Shine, still in Library himself, was able to take out Woxic before falling back, but Emor able to get the final 2 kills of the round there. Bobex and Shine falling in CT spawn. Eternal Fire now leading by 8, and Aura running out of chances here. Again, with not much cash to work with, Bobex going to buy that Desert Eagle. His teammates still undecided here in terms of a buy. Continuing to make their way onto the B side. Xantares able to take out Hype. Franson still there with the CZ. Finishes off Issa and Xantares. Bomb will be planted. It's only Zen remaining here for Aura. Rotating in from Banana. 1v2 situation. AK-47 in hand. Will officially detonate an Eternal Fire within just 2 rounds of closing this one out. Hype on the initial peak there from Arch does get the first stop at mid. Trade immediately occurring after that. 1-man advantage here for Aura defensively. Hype with another nice op shot, this time partially through the smoke. Woxic down top mid. Only Issa and Calyx remaining here. Zen with a nice headshot onto Issa outside of Boiler. Calyx still looking to make his way out towards balcony. He's going to be just slightly smoked off and forced to fall back. Not much he can do here. This is surely a round going to Aura. But not yet. Calyx falling back to window there. Nice little pick. It's an alt area, but Hype able to get the trade a few seconds later as Calyx rewinds back to Boiler, and Aura does secure a 6th round for themselves, but they're going to have to go on quite a streak here to come back. They will be on a double AWP setup. Hype and Bobex both on the ops here. lot of utility being used towards the B side here. EF running that 4 MAC-10, 1 AK-47 setup. Once again, Bobex on the initial stop. Emor down. Shine good for another from backside. Zentaris finally does get the trade there. Woxic with a MAC-10 headshot as well, and things looking much more doable now. 3v3 here for EF to hold the C4. 2v2 after a quick trade goes out. Zen gets 2 with the AK-47. It's only Woxic remaining here from Coffin. Shoots just a little bit too early there as Hype and Zen started making their way into the site. Hype is on the defuse. It looks like it's not a fake. Walks in, misses the op shot through the smoke. And a 7th round will go the way of Aura. Being a bit more passive this round. Spread out, looking for picks here. Eternal Fire finally committing to the B side. Bobex on the initial stop there gets 2 with the A1S. Calyx does trade back. Eternal Fire looking to take B 3v4, but Shine still back sight. Waits until after the plant goes down until he peeks. Does get Woxic through the smoke. And Eternal Fire just crumbling after that sneakiness from Shine. Emor does get 1 from construction, but immediately traded out by Franson. Aura completes the defuse and has sliced that lead of EFs to 6 rounds, but still gonna need 6 in a row here for them to tie it up. I believe timeout has been taken by EF here. I think they're discussing their economic situation. They don't quite have enough for a buy. Let's see if they go for that 4 MAC-10, 1 AK setup again. Emor is on the AK already. Zentaris and Calyx opting for Desert Eagles. Woxic and Issa have not bought yet. Looks like they'll be going with Deagles as well. So EF running 4 Deags and an AK here. You're gonna have to be careful of any early mid peaks as Hype still is on the AWP from Arch side. Hype. Nice little reaction shot. Make that 2 nice little reaction shots at mid with the AWP. Emor down as well outside of Boiler. Calyx making his way towards Arch side. Nice little crouch AK headshot onto Hype. Good patience holding the angle as well. Finds Franson walking into his crosshair. Calyx good for another. Just popping off here at the A side. Woxic watching the flank at middle with the AWP. Bobex down, and it's only Shine remaining here on the counter-terrorist side. He'll be finished off as he rotates out of the library. Woxic waiting for him with the AWP and Eternal Fire now sitting at match point. Aura not peeking mid early, which is smart. Woxic double scoped on mid with that AWP. Eternal Fire not fully committing towards either side yet, although Bomb is making its way up through alt. Bobex able to finish off Issa at Firewood there. He'll drop that FAMAS for an AK-47 and fall back. Hype holding down things from Arch side. Mid hits the initial headshot onto Emor. Calyx making his way out balcony at the exact same time. Does get a pick near sight, but Zen was still on balcony railings that whole time. Was able to get the easy trade back. Only Xantares and Woxic here remaining for EF. Woxic with the AWP in hand will fall at the back of lane. It's only Xantares remaining 74 HP, AK-47 in hand. Narrowly dodging those MP9 shots coming in from Arch side of mid there. Xantares with the bomb as well. Xantares ultimately just gonna save his AK-47. Maybe! Whoa! Narrowly dodges the spam there at the last second. 9th round going the way of Aura. Eternal Fire still sitting at match point here. Hype still with that AWP in hand. Woxic gonna be opting again once more here on the T side. We'll see if early contact is made at mid. Woxic able to get up banana with his AWP without being seen yet. And Woxic will hit that initial shot onto Hype as he is peeking out from half wall. Still 2 more here at the B side as Aura sent 3B this round. They're sending a rotator over to B already, so there's going to be 3B here in a second. Eternal Fire is kind of set up to take advantage of that if they want to move a little bit faster onto the A side. Aura now sending at least 1 back to the A site. Emor leading his team up mid past Arch. Already looking to wrap around here by Cubby at the A site, and Zen with some poor timing falling off the ledge. Finished off by Xantares. Xantares able to hit 1 more AK-47 headshot there towards lane. Calyx backing him up to help clear sight as well. And it's only Bobex remaining to keep Aura's hopes alive in this matchup. Woxic will finish him off with the AWP. Eternal Fire will be advancing to the round of 16. We'll be back in just a few minutes here, either with the next EF match or a different round of 16 match. Keep an eye on the channel and we'll be updating here in just a couple minutes. just quickly checking in on the Fnatic match here. Up 14-8 versus Left Hand. But still looking to close things out. Smooya down. Gabe with a nice peek there onto Catwalk. Brolin still leading the way up. Cat for Fnatic. Nice little headshot there onto Gabe a couple seconds later to trade out. 3-on-3 situation, but Mast still good for one there from Market with the AWP. Jackeris backing him up from backside. I mean, Mast finds another with the AWP from backside. That's Crims down. And Fnatic not quite finishing off Left Hand here yet. We'll be switching back to the Eternal Fire match in just a moment here. All right, boys, we're switching over to EF. I'll let you guys know in a moment if Fnatic did indeed close that match out there. And it looks like EF not quite ready to get live. So maybe we do need to see what happens with Fnatic there. Fnatic sitting at match point, so they did clutch that last round, which I think they were running their default on, and they ended up taking the A site. Alex with the early contact. Gabe getting one at middle as well. But Mezzy and Crims both trading back. Good for one. Only Mast and Jackeris here remaining to keep Left Hand's hopes alive. Brolin at mid looking dangerous with the AWP. Less than a minute on the clock. 2v4 situation here for Left Hand. Fnatic looking to commit Cat to B, but they haven't made that peek into the B site yet. Alex and Mezzy leading the way will take care of Jackeris. It's only Mast remaining. Makes his way out. Market window does hit a nice reaction shot there onto Alex. Max still alive here, but oh, misses a really good opportunity to take out Mezzy. Instead, he'll be traded out from Market window by Brolin, and Fnatic will be advancing to the round of 16, and we'll be hopping in to see if Eternal Fire is ready to take on Pact here. It looks like the IP may have changed on us. Let's double check what's going on here. Give us just a moment here, folks. All right, everybody. Looks like the match is going to need at least a few more minutes before we get going anywhere. So hang tight and we'll be underway in just a few minutes here. Alright, welcome back to the stream, everybody. We're officially getting underway here in the round of 16 IEM-EU Open Qualifier number 1 here between EF and Mad Dogs Pact. We'll see if EF opts to stay on defense. They do. Historically, I think Eternal Fire's been a bit shaky at times on Overpass. But I'm still fairly confident in their CT side. Pact, however, still going to have to... Or I shouldn't say however, I mean, regardless of any strat here by EF, Pact going to have to come out strong. You don't want to get down by too many rounds here on Overpass. Woxic working with an upgraded pistol, but no other strange buys to note here on either team. Pact looking to make their way into the B side, already going through Monster Tunnel. Emor from water does find a nice USB headshot onto Sobel. Centaurus from the end of CT Halls finds 2 with the USP, both headshots. Calyx backing him up there from heaven, and Centaurus good for a 3rd USP headshot there down towards Monster, and EF now leading 1-0 in this best of 1. So the pressure certainly turned up a bit as well. Every round means that much more since it's a BO1. Just a heads up, we'll probably head into some other matches after this one ends. We'll see what's going on in the round of 16 and further after this B of 1. Pact making their way towards Long A. This is going to be a full save here for the T side. And those footsteps are certainly going to be heard in a moment. Issa making visuals here at Long. Gets 2, make that 3 with the silence. M4 going for more. Narrowly missing the 4th there. Centaurus on the flank from Bathrooms. does find the final two, and a clean round there from EF despite it being an eco. Xantares getting aggressive early here, already making his way down into connector stairs. Manai's taking quite a bit of damage there in that initial interaction near Fountain. Emor able to finish off Sobel there with the MP9 outside of B tunnels, taking a lot of damage in the process, though. Emor sitting at only 16 HP. Woxic and Xantares likely about to make contact here, either at long or bathrooms. It's going to be nice coming out with a nice AK-47 headshot. Make that two, both all-stars of EF down at bathroom, as Woxic and Xantares succumb to the accuracy of Manice's AK-47. Issa eventually does get redemption onto Manice there in bathroom. 3-on-3 scenario. Lunatic rotating back with his teammates to meet up in bathroom here. Beenox is able to finish off Issa with the AK-47. Calyx behind default container in sight. He's likely going to be the deciding factor. Calyx falls, and now certainly Emor just going to have to save that AK-47. Not left with a lot of options here. 3 enemies alive. Bomb has been planted, and he still, of course, only has 16 HP. He's going to have to be careful of Pact going on the hunt late here, or he might not be able to save that AK. And he knows that he's trying to stay uber sneaky here. Is that sneaky enough, guys? That spot right there? Maybe. He's not getting hunted, so it looks like he will be able to survive side of the stairs here.
Terrorists win.
Pact looking to take early control of Playground. They are on a full buy. Eternal Fire on 4, silenced M4, Xantares on the AK-47. Pact looking to take control of either long or bathroom, but not being very aggressive yet. Continuing to allow some time off the clock here. Sobel surely about to make contact here by Monster. Nice headshot on the peak. Calyx down. Emor able to get the trade right outside Monster Tunnel. Brings us to a 4-on-4 scenario. Less than a minute on the clock. Xantares and Woxic, the all-stars, still alive. Pact gonna have to make some sort of definitive move soon here. They're just kind of chilling outside B tunnels with the C4. They do have a floater over near connector. But Pact ultimately running out of time to work with here, and I feel like the lower the clock gets, I mean, a team like Eternal Fire, every second that passes is essentially in their favor here when you start getting this late in the round. Woxic on the flank with the A1S, lines up 2, and Issa good for 2 more there, holding from near the end of CT Halls towards Sandbags. And Eternal Fire now leading 3-1, and Pact not going to be left the ideal economic scenario here. They do have a couple players that can buy, but it looks like ultimately this is going to be a half buy across the board for the T side. 3 Desert Eagles, a P250, Beenox on the full save with the Glock. Early Molly from EF being tossed at T stairs here. And a really nice HE coming in from EF. That's going to tag Lunatic all the way down to 11 HP. His teammates getting tagged up a bit as well. Let's see if Woxic can finish a couple off. Does finish off Treats there. Got a lot more info to work with after hearing those Deagle shots. Walks good for another. Xantares holding down things, and Connector finds one in water. It's only Lunatic and Manice remaining here for Pact. Manice able to get one at long. Lunatic joining in on the fun with his Desert Eagle. Does take out Issa near bathrooms, but it's only Lunatic remaining here with 11 HP as he makes his way further into party. Xantares ultimately finding Lunatic at the end of the round there. And EF looking pretty solid, now leading 4-1. Looks like a timeout has been taken by Pact. This is going to be a full buy round for Pact, and if they want to start slowing down this Eternal Fire momentum, this would be a good time to do so. Both from a cash and morale perspective, you don't want to let this slip to 5-1, 6-1. And you're really going to be putting the pressure on yourself, especially in a best of one scenario like this where you really don't have, or I mean, obviously you don't have other maps to fall back on. So every round just that much more crucial. Pact spamming through the tunnels towards B, not finding any contact yet. Woxic holding things down from long A. Double scope op shot connects onto Lunatic. Treats taking a lot of damage as well through those smokes. And due to that initial HE, Emor's HE did not finish him off, however. He's able to dodge that one. Calyx about to make contact at Monster Tunnel. Gets one. Emor on the peak. Finds another with AK-47 through the smoke grenade there. And it's only Beenox and Manice remaining here for Pact. And EF looking very solid so far. Xantares on the push. Does have the C4 down. That's going to be only Beenox remaining here for Pact. He's looking to push all the way through towards bomb. He knows contact is likely and still hits the headshot onto Xantares. 25 seconds on the clock, but he's still going to ultimately have to save this AK-47 best case scenario. Looking for another pick, gets caught off guard. Looking to his left there. Emor going to make him pay. An Eternal Fire now leading 5-1. Pact making their way into connector. Xantares already in top connector stairs, does take out one. Woxic looking for action here outside of short. Has that AWP out. Xantares there to back him up. Xantares good for 2 more. And Xantares for the ace after switching to his USP. Huge round from the All-Star, the Big X Xantares. And Eternal Fire now leading by 5 rounds. Things starting to look a bit dire here for Pact. Woxic still on the AWP here for the CT side. Centaurus again on the early aggression. It's going to pay off, able to get that pick into party, but Lunatic, with a pick of his own from Playground there, finds Issa. He doesn't realize Woxic is all the way full pushed past long A on the interior wall outside of Playground there. 4-on-4 situation, minute 5 on the clock here for Pact to work with. Reeds looking to make his way into the B site. Fully leading his team in now. It is a B commit. Sobel down. Reeds able to find a headshot onto Calyx. Centaurus pushing out through that smoke at Heaven. Does hit the headshot onto Reeds. Lunatic able to trade back there. And it's going to be Woxic and Emor looking to retake. But Pact with a pretty good chance at holding this if Beenox can just stay patient and not peek. Lunatic makes the peek at Graffiti, comes up with the kill. Woxic on his own peek there from Heaven, hits the op headshot towards Sandbags. Woxic versus Lunatic, and Woxic lands the headshot. More than enough time to get the defuse. He does have a kit in hand, and that will be a 7th round secured for Eternal Fire, and that truly would have been the right time for Pact to maybe start getting back into this one, but man, that's gotta hurt as Eternal Fire pulls off the 1v1 clutch there. Pact still able to buy up rifles here. 4 AK-47s. Lunatic does settle for the Galil. More pushing past Sandbags towards water, does take out Reeds, but Beenox right there for the trade. 4-on-4 situation, minute 20 on the clock here. Pact allowing some more time off the clock as they still haven't committed further towards either site. Beenox was on the head boost there temporarily from water above Plywood, but not able to make any visuals. Xantares does, though. Hits the spam headshot through Plywood. Sobel down. One-man advantage for EF. Pact looking to make their way towards the A site. They don't have time to turn around to B. Lunatic leading the way into A. Xantares at truck on the initial peek gets one. Traded out by Manice. And Beenox and Manice looking to 2v3 hold A here after successfully planting onto truck. Nice little headshot there onto bank stairs. Brings us to a 2-on-2. Calyx making his way up those same stairs. Same result though. Manice AK-47 headshot. And Woxic not with a lot of time to work with here and doesn't check his angle on the left-hand side. Beenox will make him pay for that with a quick AK-47 headshot in a second round. Going the way of Pact. Let's see if they can rally and maybe get back into this one. on the peak from water does take out Reeds there outside Monster Tunnel. Early one-man advantage for EF. Sobel still looking for contact there near Monster Tunnel, but he's going to ultimately be smoked off. And Eternal Fire doing a really good job of just playing kind of a conservative style and letting the kills come to them here on the defensive side, except for maybe Zentaris, who's still getting a bit aggressive there. Nice little A1S headshot halfway down connector. Stairs Woxic showing just a hair of aggression as well. Peeks out bathroom, connects on the AWP pick. That's going to leave only Sobel and a nice remaining. Woxic peeking short again. Able to connect with the AWP. Only Sobel remaining here in connector, and Zentaris will connect with the A1S headshot once more. An Eternal Fire leading by 6 rounds once more. Potentially on a full B-rush here. Reeks leading the way on the B-rush. Calyx still at barrels here. Issa making his way up from Graffiti. Calyx still at barrels. Gets 2 at the AUG. Make that 3. Insane play there from Calyx with the AUG. Eventually flanked out from near Graffiti into water by Beenox. Beenox left in a 1v2 here. Zentaris with only 4 HP in the site could potentially bring this to a 1v1, because at first did not see Zentaris out of his peripherals, but then hits the easy headshot. Zentaris caught with his pants down to some extent there, and Beenox watching the exact right positioning there towards Sandbags, hits the final headshot onto Woxic. Huge clutch there from Beenox, absolutely massive. Drops the op for his teammate. Manice buys an AK for himself. His teammates will be able to buy at least something here. Lunatic able to get a Galil. Reitz was able to buy up an AK. Sobel having to settle for the MAC-10, but Pact not out of this yet. Eternal Fire is running a double AWP setup this round, though, so Pact gonna have to be very careful with some of their long-range peaks here. Woxic and Emor both on the ops. Woxic getting super aggressive there at long. Does find Lunatic with the AWP into Playground. Manice using his op to his advantage, finding one member of EF at party. That's going to be the All-Stars. Zentaris dropping early. 4-on-4 scenario. Sobel making peeks at Monster Tunnel still. Gonna get opt in the leg, bleeding from the leg, sitting at 25 HP. Manice still doing his job with the AWP over near A, this time from long, picking up a huge pick, but ultimately traded back out by Woxic as he was exiting long side from bathroom there. Leaves us in a 3-on-3 scenario, just under 50 seconds on the clock. It looks like Pact does want to commit to the B site here. Beenox might get caught off guard. Emor on the peak from Sandbags, but Reitz on the high angle there behind rails. That connector exit does take him out. It's only Woxic remaining now after Sobel finds one more on the B side. Woxic does take out his teammates Reitz, making his way onto the site. Woxic left in a 1v2. He's got a player to deal with in water, not able to hit the reaction shot. Sobel coming up with the kill with the MAC-10, and Pact slicing that lead to 4 rounds. Things may be looking slightly more doable for them now. Again, trying their luck at the B site. Beenox already making his way past default. Pact has control of water as well. EF is on an eco here. They have a couple upgraded pistols to work with, but Manice watching the flank comes up with 2 big op kills there on the flank rotation from T-Spawn. Emor still back there on the flank as well. Manai's gonna get a third op kill after Emor makes that peek. And barring some sort of server tragedy, this is going to be a round going the way of Pact. Now within just 3 rounds, things looking like a lot different narrative as we get later here in the first half. Pact spreading out a bit here. Eternal Fire is on a full buy again with 5 silenced M4s. I think we all know what the beta is by now. Looks like Pact does want to lean towards the B site here. All 5 players on Pact regrouping outside Monster. Calyx steals here at barrels. Contact about to be made at the B side. Calyx is blind. Emor was as well. Beenox on that initial pick into sight, but Calyx getting redemption with 2 quick silenced M4 kills there near default, but ultimately Pact able to get the bomb down and still sitting at a 1-man advantage here. Walkstick taking a lot of damage in connector as well, tagged down to 32 HP. This is going to be a rough retake for EF if they decide to go for this. It looks like they're going to fall back, go for the save, and try to win the final round of the first half next round.
Terrorists win.
EF now leading by only 2 rounds, and things are getting pretty interesting here as we go into the final round of the first half as mentioned. Manai's going to be utilizing that AWP once more. Pact getting aggressive already, rushing onto the B side, led by Lunatic. Lunatic will get that initial pick inside. Issa able to get 2 though, backed up by Emor, gets 1 more near default. Sobel trading back +1. Nice little 2K accuracy there. Sobel brings it to a 2-on-2. But speaking of accuracy, Manice watching the flank. Nice reaction shot there with the AWP. Did get tagged down to 11 HP. Manice left in a 1v1 with the All-Star Zentaris. Zentaris has full HP, A1S, and hand bomb down. 1 minute and 1 second on the clock. Zentaris watching Monster. Manice making his way back through water, contemplating whether he needs to go back towards Monster Tunnel or make his way sandbags. Looks like he will go back towards Monster Tunnel. Zentaris still keeping an eye on all of his angles here. Contact about to be made. Manice coming around the corner. Zentaris on that close interior of the corner will pick up the A1S kill, and we'll be going into the second half with EF leading by 3. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Terrorists win.
All right, welcome back to the match, everybody. Second half is underway. EF and Mad Dogs Pact hashing things out here on Overpass. Eternal Fire was out to a 6-1 lead. Pact firing back there later in the first half. Contact made at Connector about halfway up the stairs there. Sobel with the initial USP headshot does get traded back. EF still advancing towards the A site on a 3-1 split here. Xantares at long. Woxic still leading the way up to the A site for EF. Xantares peeking out from long A. Hits the Glock headshot onto Lunatic. Manice does get one from Truck, but Woxic immediately trading back. Beanox and Reeds on the flank there from Connector. They do get two. Trade goes out. That leaves Reeds all alone here as he tries to 1v2 retake the site. Xantares and Woxic, both the All-Stars still alive, peeking out from behind default container there. And second half pistol is secured by Eternal Fire as they increase their lead 10-6. Xantares getting aggressive here, chasing down Manice, who has that scout in hand, finishes him off despite getting scouted there. Woxic keeping an eye on that long A push. Good intuition from him as he takes out Sobel. Pact was on a full force buy here with the Deagles. They still do have 3 Deagles in hand. That scout was finished off as well by Xantares early. Leading the way onto the A side. Xantares taken out from that HE at the end of bathroom. Calix and Isa forcing their way onto the site. Nice headshot there from Calix with the MAC-10. Isa finishing out the final 2 with the Galil and Eternal Fire with a bit of a commanding lead once again. Now up by 5 rounds here in the second half. This is indeed a best of 1, so every round very crucial as we mentioned earlier. Sobel on the push from long. Reetz and all of his teammates, they're backing him up. They're basically on a 4-1 split. They take out 2. And Woxic and Xantares just caught totally off guard there. Pack does have the bomb down. Eternal Fire not out of this one yet, though. Emor and Calyx both with MAC-10 in hand. Issa still with that Galil in his possession. Contact about to be made right by the bomb. Emor, good for 2. Make that 3 with the MAC-10. Calyx with the MAC-10 gets one right behind the bomb as well. That's going to leave only Manice remaining there, and Connector finished off by Issa. And whew, it's an exciting round of some MAC-10 action there. Zentaris continuing to lead the way for Eternal Fire with 27 kills here. Reeds leading the way for Pact with 16. Although they all have very similar statistics there on the CT side kill-wise. Pack is on a full buy here. They really need to try to come up with another round right here to stay in this one. Otherwise, Eternal Fire just going to be running away with the momentum and the economy. Woxic. Nice pick there at long, close range. Might have even been a no-scope. No, it wasn't. Just holding that far angle. "40 seconds on the clock. 1-man advantage still for EF. Making their way towards the A side. Woxic finds another there in bathroom with the AWP. Lunatic making the peak from A stairs. Does find one. Emor there for the immediate trade with the MAC-10. Packed. Looking to retake the A site with just 2 players, but Zentaris watching back. Dumpster there does connect on the op headshot, and it's all up to Reeds to either get a couple of exits here or at least save his M4. But this will indeed be a 13th round going the way of Eternal Fire, and Pact is going to once again find themselves in a rough economic situation. They're not going to be able to buy much next round.
Terrorists win.
So Pact gonna opt for 4 Desert Eagles. Reeds was able to hang on to that M4. Eternal Fire potentially looking to take B here. They've got Issa still in Connector. Issa with a CT right next to him, and Connector doesn't realize it because of the smoke grenade. Eternal Fire making their way onto the B side. Should be able to get a clean plant down here. And this is going to be quite a rough retake for Pact. But Lunatic gets the ball rolling for the CT side. Nice little 1D out of Connector exit into water. Enox taken out by Zentaris there at the edge of Heaven. Zentaris still up there on Heaven rate. Firing some suppressive fire through that smoke grenade, but it's actually Emor coming up with the next kill there near Sandbags, I believe. And Pact ultimately going to be forced to save those 2 Deagles and the M4 once again. Zentaris nearly finishing off Sobel. Woxic does the trick with the Woxic, Zentaris, and Emor all dying to the C4. sure they're not too concerned about that because they have so much cash to fall back on, but still not ideal. I believe Emor did get an exit there as the C4 was detonating. But Eternal Fire within just 2 rounds of advancing to the next round of this IEM qualifier, which I assume their next match will be tomorrow. Either way, don't go anywhere after this match ends. We'll probably hop into another round of 16 match. Continuing to lead EF onto the B site. Woxic backing him up for another pick there onto B. Couple trades going out there, and Lunatic on the flank from water. Bomb is down. Issa finally picking it up there. 2-on-2, but Sobel finishing off the final 2 there of EF from Sandbags. More than enough time for the defuse, and Mad Dog's Pact not out of this quite yet, securing a 7th round for themselves. Nice on the early stop there. Issa on the trade, but Pact able to wipe up too early there. Excuse me. EF with the 2-man advantage. I misspoke. Calyx able to get another there out of connector exit into water, and things not looking too hot here for Pact. Emor finds another AK headshot into the B side, and it's only Lunatic remaining here for the CT side. A1S in hand. Calyx and Emor are really lit right now, 15 HP and 10 HP, but still going to be a rough 1v3 if Lunatic is going for this one. If he doesn't go for this, then Mad Dog's Pact will have to win 8 rounds in a row if they want to take this to overtime, and it looks like he probably is. Just saving this AWP does find Calyx walking out the top of connector there, looking at the wrong direction. But ultimately, Lunatic will indeed be saving this AWP. Pact has no choice but to go to try to go for overtime as Emor finishes off Lunatic there at long. Tragic for Lunatic, not even going to be able to hold on to that AWP. And Eternal Fire now sitting at match point. Centaurus leading EF onto the B site once more. About to make contact here at Monster. Him and Emor find 2. Woxic backing them up for a 3rd. Issa watching the flank there at connector. Hits the headshot onto Sobel. It's only Manice remaining here for Pact. Woxic gonna finish off Manice in connector, and Eternal Fire will officially be advancing here in the IEM qualifier. Pact did put up a fight there. Had to go through a bit of a comeback in the first half, but were not able to complete the comeback any further in the second half. And we might be going into another match here in just a moment, so don't go anywhere quite yet. Might be hopping into another round of 16 matchups, so give us just a moment here. Gonna be off the microphone for just a second. Alright guys, we're hopping into Fnatic versus Gamer Legion here on Mirage. Fnatic just won a match on Mirage before this versus Left Hand. Smooya able to finish off that round offensively in favor of Fnatic. Now up 12-6 here in this round of 16 best of 1. Getting Fnatic onto the A side, backed up by Smooya in the boys. Zero falls as well there. Backside, Gamer Legion is on a save this round. Alex taking care of Era there in Connector, and Fnatic looking smooth here despite this being an eco. Bomb will be planted triple box. Alex able to close out once more. The AK-47 headshot there at the end of the round, and Fnatic secure a 13th round for themselves. Gamer Legion will afford to buy this round, except for maybe Era. He's gonna have to settle for the FAMAS. Isaac on the early peek into B Halls did make contact with Mezzy, but Mezzy still able to hit the Mac 10 headshot onto Rusty. Finds Isaac as well with the Mac 10 in sight. And Fnatic taking the B site with those aerial skills. Showing off those Mac 10 skills as well. And Gamer Legion likely just going to be saving these rifles here. Looks like they will be falling back to T-spawn for the save. Will officially detonate. That is a 14th round going the way of Fnatic. Smooya with the AWP in hand once more. Gamer Legion going to be rifled up this round, although Rusty and Isaac settling for FAMAS's here. FAMI, if you will. Brolin and Crims making their way down underpass. Smooya guarding their cat push and window with the AWP from back mid there. Alex making his way up catwalk a bit further. Nice little one tap there through connector. I am down, 1-man advantage for Fnatic still. Just under a minute 10 on the clock for the Terrorists to work with here. Era from connector holding his positioning with the A1S, finds 2. Alex not able to get the trade there. Brolin does get redemption from jungle slightly through that smoke grenade. Era down. Brolin able to find another with the AK-47. Nice little headshot there towards ladder window. It's going to leave only 0 remaining here for Gamer Legion. He's over in the A side. Fnatic going to be planting at B. If he does save the A1S, Gamer Legion will have no choice but to try to win out and head to overtime. That would be quite a feat. Be quite a feat either way here. Even if he did go for the 1v3, which he is not. We'll see if he's able to successfully save the weapon or not. Looks like Fnatic's not really going to be on the hunt here. We'll see if they wrap CT spawn in a moment.
Terrorists win.
Bomb will officially detonate, and that is a 15th round going the way of Fnatic, sitting at match point here in this best of one. And that's another reason these best of ones get so intense, you know. You end up in a situation like this and you've got no other maps to fall back on. You just got your back up against the wall, forced to win out in this Iron Man overtime situation. I mean, Gamer Legion would have to win 9 in a row here. Rusty on the initial peek there from the connector with his FAMAS, not making any visuals yet. Fnatic still sending the bomb towards the B site, but it's not a full B commit quite yet. Era watching B halls with that scout. We'll see how Crims responds here. Crims responding with accuracy, hits the AK-47 headshot into market window. Does get traded out a couple seconds later at bench backside via Isaac silenced M4, but Brolin still going to be able to plant the bomb. Smooya with a nice shot into market window again with that AWP. Smooya holding his position, looking for more. Brolin keeping an eye on that flank angle there at Cat. Does take out Rusty, and Brolin with the final kill onto IM, and Fnatic will indeed be advancing past the round of 16. We're going to go ahead have a look at the bracket once more. We might be switching over to another one of these round of 16 matches that's still going on. Don't go anywhere. Just keep it locked here on this tab, and we'll let you know what's going on in just a second. Alright everybody, welcome back to the stream. Finest taking on Galaxy Racer on Mirage as well here in the round of 16. Finest out to a strong start, leading 7-1 here in the first half defensively. And GXR not left with enough cash to buy once more here. Looks like they will be on a full save apart from that P250 in the hands of Chazi. Robin on the aggressive push here. Up middle, gets 3. He has the bomb down as well, and Finest looking sharp right now. Martine able to finish off Plessin there at underpass, and Finest increases their lead to 7 rounds, now leading 8-1 here on Mirage. Shocks and picked early. Can GXR start turning the tides here? Galaxy continuing to allow quite a bit of time off the clock here. And Arquez still with that AWP in hand. In the back of the B side, Robin getting a bit aggressive again. This time at T-Ramp. Takes care of Grux. He's going to have to take care of Twisted at jungle, though. Not able to check jungle in time. Twisted with a nice little AK-47 headshot onto Robin there. Galaxy Racer looking to take the A site. They don't have enough time. Fall back to B here. C4 will be planted at triple box. And Arquez, nice little peek into connector with the double scope. Plessin down. Brings us to a 3-on-3 scenario. Martine making his way up CT spawn here. M4 in hand. Dezen playing T stairs. Chazi still with his off in hand. This is not going to be an easy retake for Finest, as they're finding out quickly there. Twisted and Chazi each getting a stop on the rotation. And this will be a second round going the way of Galaxy Racer. Galaxy Racer spreading out a bit, but taking firm control of middle as well. Kreese looking to push Catwalk, narrowly avoids some spam there. Will take a bit of damage from that HE, but all 10 players in the server still alive here. Martine did take quite a bit of damage as well in that initial exchange at middle. Got tagged down at 17 HP. Galaxy once again allowing some time off the clock. They have rotated the bomb back to T ramp now. 35 seconds remaining. GXR now making their move onto the A site. Grux clearing safe on Twisted, clearing connector, does get one down at Cat. That was Robin, immediately traded back by Cruz. Martine still here near Hazard Box, able to get the headshot onto Pleasant. Dezen does get the trade a couple seconds later. Anarchez looking to retake the site. One scenario, but Dezen with a really nice AK headshot as he was moving back out of default. And Galaxy Racer not out of this one yet. Made at both middle and B halls. Chazi still on the AWP here offensively. Twisted making his way into connector, does make some initial contact, but no kills registered yet from either team. Chazi had a chance to maybe outweight Martine at window there, decides not to. Not sure if he had the full information there. .38 seconds remaining. Galaxy Racer very spread out here. Twisted dying in B halls, and it looks like the rest of his team will be falling back to the A site with the exception of Pleasant, who's in mid. But that paid off. Pleasant was able to get a nice headshot on the rotation there from underpass Justin Molno. Grux leading the way into the A site, hits the initial AK headshot. Does get traded out by Robin a couple seconds later at CT spawn stairs. Dezen trades Robin in return. Anarchez with the AWP finds two from CT spawn stairs, and it's all up to Pleasant now. 1v2 situation as he tries to prevent the defuse here. Neither CT on the defuse yet. Making their way in from the opposite sides of the site. Anarchez on top of ticket booth. Kreese making his way towards default with the AK-47. Tosses a nade towards jungle. He's going to get taken out by Pleasant, and there's no time remaining here for the defuse. And a fourth round for Galaxy Racer as things are looking much more doable for them now. Down by 4 instead of being down by 7. Pretty big difference here. Looks like timeout might have been taken by Finest here, as they really don't have a lot of cash to work with. Anarchez is going to be on that AWP once more, but the rest of his teammates kind of a big question mark here. Shocks does have enough for a proper buy, but his other teammates do not. Getting aggressive at middle. Shocks leading the way all the way up mid. P250 kill onto the unsuspecting Pleasant. That's kind of wild there. Finest kind of astrologing up middle. It's It's going to work out for them, but Galaxy Racer does still have 3 AK-47s and op in the hands of Chazi to work with. Rux leading the way onto the A side, finds 2 quick headshots as he clears side. Anarchez on the peak from CT spawn stairs, connects with a double scope headshot. Anarchez looking for more. He hears the bomb being planted at Triple Box. Grux with another peek, this time from Palace. Kreese down, and Grux just grinding things out, putting GXR back in the match here. Truly, I mean, guys, this match could truly go either way now. It was looking very concerning just a few rounds ago. Galaxy Racer able to further defend the bomb. Anarch is the only CT remaining. He's going to fall back all the way into market with that AWP, and it's not guaranteed that he's going to be able to save this. He's got enemies on both sides here, technically. He's going to get taken out by Dez in there, top van. So Anarchez will not retain that AWP. Galaxy Racer spreading out a bit, but leaning towards the B side. GXR fully committing to B now. Grux already out B halls. Martine will connect on the M4 headshot. Plesson with a bit of redemption there as he clears out Kreese at B. Plesson finding another. That's Martine down. Robin still back sight near bench with the A1S. Finds a headshot onto Plesson. Twistin watching market exit, does find one, but he's left in a 1v2, excuse me, Dezen left in a 1v2 situation now. Hits the headshot onto Robin over near far side of sight by Van. Dezen 1v1 situation with Shoxalad here. Dezen makes the peek from market window at the exact right time, completes the AK kill onto Shox there. And Galaxy Racer within just 2 rounds of tying this up potentially as we head into the final round of the first half of this best of 1. Chazi joining up with his teammates. T stairs here. Plesson with the 1 tap onto top connector stairs just past Sandwich. Martine down. Chazi does get traded out a couple seconds later by Shox in the site with the FAMAS. He's good for another. Plesson and Dezen able to trade back, bring it to a 2v2 here. Bomb will be planted at default boxes. Robin and Kreese already rotating back into sight from connector. They're slowing down a bit though. Grux on the peak from Sandwich hits the headshot. Robin down. It's all up to Kreese here for Team Finest. Takes some damage from Tetris, getting shot at from default boxes as well. Nice little nade onto the side. Will it be enough? He's is not going to be able to get those final 2 kills. Grux finishing him off there with the AK-47 headshot, and we'll be headed into the second half with Team Finest leading by 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple minutes here.
Counter-terrorists win. Counter-terrorists win.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the stream. We are officially underway here for the second half between Finest and Galaxy Racer. Finest looking to commit potentially all 5 to B halls here. Robin leading the way. It looks like this is going to be a full B commit. Twisted able to get the USP headshot initially there onto Martin. Pleasant throwing his USP into the mix as well. Robin down. Shocks getting redemption, getting 2 with the Glock there. A couple nice headshots into the site. 2v3 situation for Finest as they continue to try to take the site, but Chazi and Dezen continuing the USP accuracy there for GXR, and things are all tied up now at 8 apiece in this best of 1. Twisted coming up huge with the FAMAS at mid, takes out 3. Chazi and Pleasant doing their part as well, and Galaxy looking solid defensively despite that being an eco. I looked at my other monitor for just a second and the round was almost over. Looks like a timeout will be taken here potentially by Finest. They definitely don't want to let this one get away from them after going out to such a strong lead in the first half. I believe they were up 7-1 at one point. Here's live play will be resuming. Grux and Twisted again teaming up at middle with the FAMASes. And this was a full rifle round. And Finest just falls in essentially the same fashion they did last round. That was some impressive defense from Galaxy Racer. They made that look like that was an eco right there. Just peeked out mid, no issues. GXR didn't lose one player on those peaks at mid. I'm almost shocked there wasn't at least one trade that went out there. It's only Kreese remaining for Finest, and he might not even be able to get one kill out of this. Kreese trying to take out Grux at underpass here, but now that his position is known, there's not a whole lot he can do. Pleasant on the flank angle with the MP9. Headshot lands onto Kreese. GXR up by 2 here on Finest, and the tables have seemingly turned here. The pressure now sitting squarely on the shoulders of Team Finest as they're left in a rough economic situation once again. They're not going to be able to buy rifles. That's going to be 3 Tech 9s, 2 Desert Eagles being bought here on the terrorist side. Accidental Molotov from Plessing, going to ricochet back behind him into the site. Molly will be wasted. We'll see if that comes into play later in the round. Finest teaming up in B halls, but they have the the bomb over at A ramp. So we'll see if Finest gets some kind of distraction going here at the B side or not. Making the peek into B halls, takes out 2. Martine able to respond on the trade with the Desert Eagle headshot. Finest still with a chance of taking B. Martine finds another 3-on-3 situation. Chazi, the only CT defending B at the moment, but his teammates quickly rotating over. Finest finally getting the bomb potentially into position, but Chazi peeks at the perfect time towards Van. Able to get 2 there, causes enough of a distraction to discombobulate Kreese in the halls. Twisted being able to get a bit of a flank angle on him there through Hall's window. And Galaxy Racer now leading by 3, and the pressure continues to mount here for Finest. Finest a bit spread out here. Let's see how this works out for them. Martine and Kreese still in middle, waiting for contact. And Arquez again with a nice reaction shot with the AWP, this time onto Catwalk. Chazi down. Only 30 seconds on the clock, though. Finest going to have to make a move here. Looks like they do want to choke things out onto the A site. Grux and Twisted still at A ramp. Twisted down, but Grux able to get 2 as they didn't realize there were 2 CTs there at A ramp. Plesson still backside. He just picks up his second kill with the A1S, and it's only Anarchist remaining, dinked down to a single HP. Can he save the AWP? He can't. Tries to fall back underpass. Dezen says no, sir. Finishes him off with the USP, and Galaxy Racer now leading by 4. Robin leading the way for Finest onto the A's side. Can they turn it around here with just Tech-9s and Beagles? Bomb will be planted even though no kills have gone out yet. Robin gonna be naded by Murder Window. Galaxy Racer looking to retake 5v5 here. Window hits the initial headshot onto Robin. Dez in there to back him up. Shocks down. 2-man advantage for GXR, but they don't have a whole lot of time to work with. They need to get on that bomb. Smoke down. They will get a man on the bomb, but there was a kill that went off. But it was not the diffuser. So Galaxy will still get the diffuse there despite those chaotic late kills. And man, Finest just having this one slip out of their fingertips as we went into the second half there. It's just been all Galaxy Racer this half. Shocks picking up 2 there at underpass. Let's see if Finest can start swinging some more momentum back their way. Chazi still with the op in hand here defensively, so Finest gonna have to continue to be careful with some of these long-range peaks. They do have Anarchist utilizing his AWP still. Chazi push all the way up through B halls. Will find Robin there. Some rotation confusion going on there. Finest allowing a bit more time off the clock here. This is a 1-man advantage still for Finest, although Shoxalod is tagged down to just 15 HP. Looks like Finest going to be regrouping in B halls. It looks like they do indeed want to take the C4 into the B site. Martine already planting in B after flying out of B halls, and it looks like GXR did already decide on the save prior to the plant by several seconds there. They decided on the save. So this will be a 9th round going the way of Team Finest. Can they rally back here and potentially retake the lead in this best of 1? The pressure certainly mounting with every round that goes by. And on the other side of this, Galaxy Racer certainly don't want to let Finest get back into this too close after they just spent all that effort getting out to a 5-round lead. Finest now slicing that to 4. Let's see if they can build off that. Getting things rolling for the CT side early there. Nice pick onto A ramp. Kree's still in Palace. tagged up a little bit. Grux looking to finish him off from Sandwich, not able to do so. Martine leading the way into the A site for Finest. Martine good for one, brings it to a 4-on-4. Martine finds another there. Just outside of connector, Plesson down, and Twist has Martine walked right into his crosshairs there in connector. Unfortunate for Martine, but just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. GXR looking to retake 3-on-3 here. This is going to be a difficult retake. Finest, but a pretty solid Shock's able to take out Chazi there in the side. Chazi had to make closer, could have got the quicker trade. Twisted does get 2, but Anarchist ultimately with the final trade utilizing that off accuracy once again. And Finest has sliced that lead to just 3 rounds. So they're certainly within striking distance once again. GXR will be on a full buy once more. 4 silenced M4s and AWP in the hands of Chazi again. Committing to the A side, splitting from Ramp and Palace. Robin and Sandwich. Martine already way out in the open there. Bomb has not been planted yet though. Plesson able to get 1 from Jungle. Finest not able to trade out, so still 1. Oh, make that a 2-man advantage for GXR. Grux continuing to put some damage into the site there from CT spawn stairs. Chazi good for 1 as well with the AWP. Plesson able to take out Greaves in their Palace. Plesson doing some damage inside that smoke onto Martine as his teammate sticks the defuse. Martine ultimately just saving the AK-47 there. I assume he intentionally just saved. He might have heard the defuse and just knew he wasn't going to survive the peak. Kreese taking a bit of damage here in B Halls. But no major contact being made quite yet. Kreese still not peeking down B Halls. GXR playing a bit more passive than usual here, not making any major peeks at A ramp or mid window. They do have Plesson on the head boost at Cat. Anarchist sees that silencer sticking out, converts that information into a double scoped headshot. Plesson down, less than a minute on the clock. Finest with options here. Looks like they do want to bring the bomb towards B. C4 up in B Halls right now. Twist rotating connector towards Catwalk. Does take out Anarchist there on Cat. Leaves us in a 4-on-4 scenario. Less than 40 seconds on the clock. Robin picks up his own pick at Catwalk. Twisting down Robin. Refocusing onto Murder Window. Able to take care of Grux with the AK-47. Bomb being planted at the A side as there was only 14 seconds remaining there. GXR going to be saving here at the B site. Chazi with that AWP in hand. Dezen trying to save that AK-47. Although that's not a guarantee yet. These saves. Finest out on the prowl right now. Dezen does find one. The C4 will officially detonate once more, and Finest once again within 3 rounds. Galaxy Racer trying to find a way to close this one out. Going for a double LWP setup this round. Will that be the answer? Is double ops the answer here to close out Finest? Chazi and Twisted both going to be on the Arctic Warfares here. It looks like timeout has been taken potentially by Finest. They know they're in a high pressure situation. You give up this round, you're in match point. There's no other maps to fall back on. So Finest has to be very sharp this round. Can't give up any picks early. Can't have any deaths at mid early. And if they do, they need to get the immediate trades if possible. We'll see how this plays out for them. Live play is resuming now. Twisted peeking into Palace with that AWP does take care of Shock. Anarchez using his AWP to his advantage from Cat towards triple box. Martine finds another pick at the A site. And Finest's best move might be to get on A here, but Dezen and Pleasant each with a pick at mid, and Finest now at a one-man disadvantage as they take the A side. GXR with time to work with on the retake. Chazi making his way up connector with the AWP. Martine and Kreese both falling back to CT spawn stairs. GXR continuing to make their way onto the A site here. Dezen close to CT spawn stairs. Contact surely about to be made. One is on the defuse already, and he's sticking it. Kreese does kill his teammate, but Pleasant trades back. Chazi sticks the defuse regardless, and Galaxy Racer now sitting at match point, up 15-11 here in this best of one. Looks like another timeout has been taken here, likely by Finest. Although Twisted has not thought anything yet here on the CT side. Could be either team's timeout. Either way, live play will be resuming. Can Galaxy Racer close out Finest here in this best of one, or can Finest pull 4 in a row together to push this to overtime? Martine on the initial peek at mid comes up big. Nice little headshot into window. Twisted down. Finest continuing to take their time, not doing anything too risky other than these mid peaks. Pleasant already getting a bit aggressive there, and B Halls defensively does make that peek about halfway up, hits the headshot, brings us to a 4-on-4. Anarchez takes care of Pleasant at middle. Chazi getting some redemption onto his teammate with his AWP, though. Finest still looking to take the P side, but Chazi good for 2 more from inside default with the AWP. It's all up to Anarchez to keep Finest in the tournament here. 1v3 brings it to a 1v2, but ultimately Dezen trading him out there towards the back of site, and Galaxy Racer, after coming back from being down 1-7, has indeed beaten Team Finest here in this best of one on Mirage. They will be advancing from the round of 16, and from the looks of it, matches will be continuing tomorrow morning. I'll likely be covering at least one of those matches, so make sure you're following me here on Twitch. Hit that follow button in the corner if you haven't yet. Put notifs on. You can give me a follow on Twitter as well at Hamtaro1H. As always, thank you for the support, guys, and I'll see you for the next stream. Have a great night.